Okay, let's start the next homework problem. This is problem number 44 in the book, in the first homework set. So I've already started laying it out. I have, let me get this thing straight, here we go. We have the top, the front, and the right side boxes. So this is the outer limits. Okay, like we've done before. Let's put in a reference line and miter line. There's a couple of different ways to do this. You can put a reference line in first. Some people go from the front edge of the top view and the front edge of the right side view. Find that intersection point, and that's the miter line. Let's see if I have a sharper pencil. Or you can do a reference line like this, somewhere between the top and the front. We are 2 squares away, so we have to be 2 squares away from this front edge, which would be right there. So REF, a reference line. Label these so that I know that you know what they're called. And the miter line would come from the intersection and go at 45 degrees. Okay? So looking at the part here, number 44 in the book, should be on the upper right-hand side of your screen. I have labeled the planes. It's kind of hard to label planes like between A and G where there's a rounded edge, but G is the top plane, top horizontal plane. H is a vertical plane. There's 2 planes that could be called H. One on the one side of the curve, one on the, we can see the back side of it, we can't see the front side of that curve. J actually is the curve, that half circular cylinder on the bottom. B, C, D, E, F is the right side. There's 2 little vertical edges on the right side. There would be like an E prime, an E plane that is a mirror image of it. Over next to where it says F. Okay, starting off with A. This whole part is, according to the book, 4 units high, so I doubled it to get a nice bigger picture here. So, drawing A, we would have this here, 4 units high, doubled to 8. 2 units wide, doubled to 2, and then going down to here. Make sure your object lines are dark. Go over them if you have to, so they show up well. So there's A. Right here, it's curving upward, okay? But right on top is G. I'll do the hidden lines after I do all the visible. Oh, I got this, 2, 4, 6, 8. That only comes over to here. So the depth of the part is, according to the book, 4 units deep. We're doubling it to 8 units deep. Okay. Let's see if I can move it just a smidgen. There we go. Okay. So looking at the right side of the part is, let's do B. We can see B from the right side. So it is up here. It is 1 unit high, so this double unit, it's curved here. Here. Find the center. If you have an arc, there's going to be an arc here. You want to find the center of it because that shows you where the center of the radius is. This is hand sketching. You do not have to use a straight edge. Okay? Just sketching with a pencil. Try and keep your lines as straight as possible. Now on this edge we have F, D, I'm going to call this F prime here. It's basically his evil twin. Okay, and this is B. This portion here is that curve, okay? So we have A in the front, and we have G is looking down. You know, that's kind of hard to tell. Actually, that looks like it's a half a square radius. So it'd be a full square here. So it'd be more like this, okay? We got a little too much of a round here. So it's flat across the top, and then it curves. So the top here is G. That's G over here too, maybe call it G prime. It's one plane. H is here. J is that bottom curve. This could be H prime. You know, it doesn't call it whether to call the front or the back H or H prime. But we have A, B, O, C is the horizontal plane here. A, B, C, D, E is E and E prime are these two. Okay. And a center line for the center of the arc. In the circular view of a curve, circular view of a cylinder, if you will, we have a crossing center line. So if you have, I guess I can draw, if we had a cylinder, okay, looking at it from the top, it would look like a circle. And looking at it from a side view or a front view, it would look like a rectangle. So this is called the circular view of the cylinder and the rectangular view of the cylinder. You show it as an orthographic view, you'd find the center there, and you'd put a center line horizontally and a center line vertically. It wasn't too straight. And you'd cross those. The center line is always like this. It's a long dash, short dash, long dash with these little gaps in between. And it continues on. No matter how long the line is, the center line is about the same length, about maybe a ½ inch to an inch long here, usually, and then like a little eighth of an inch short line. So in the rectangular view of the cylinder, we have one center line. The center line is an imaginary line that tells the person that's looking at the orthographic view, this center line, this is a curve, there's a curved surface here, and this is the center of the curve. So you can see it in this view. It directs the viewer to actually look at all the views of the part and figure out where the curved surface is, because we don't shade this thing in to look like a cylinder. Okay, we're not artistic. As engineers, we're just practical. We're trying to draw it simple form, a two-dimensional representation of a two-dimensional object. So there's a cylinder. So we sort of have a cylinder here as a whole, or half a cylinder. Same thing, so center line there. On the front view, that center line could be projected straight over, and there's the center line over there. Okay? The hidden line of this cutaway is right down at the bottom there. There's the hidden line. Try to make your object lines a little bit thicker than your center lines and your hidden lines. Okay? Top view. Top view, we're going to see G and C and J as contours. Everything else is edge views. So let's draw that. It's basically going to look like a rectangle. So these construction lines are going to become object or visible lines. The top here at G is 2 units wide, so we're going to double it to 4. The hole goes through, and we can project every feature like this. So there's the front of that hole, here's the back of the hole. Everything should line up, should be projectable. Here's the center line. So this is G, G prime, this is J, H, and H prime are these two vertical surfaces that look like lines. Oh, I did draw this a little bit different, just a little bit wrong. So there's a cutout here, D is, and D is 4 units in. So yeah, this line does not exist. So this surface, a vertical surface D, is projected down to right here. So that's D. These sides here, these vertical sides, are called E and E prime. E and E prime. Right? The horizontal surface is C. The front surface is A. The right side surface, contour. When I say contour, I mean the shape of a plane. Contour means shape. So there's F, F prime. If you label every plane in every view, A, where's B? B is this surface. C, D, E and E, F and F. G and G, J. Did I miss one? H. Okay. If you can find every plane in every view, you know you've found all the lines. So over here, in the background, I would label H and H prime. I circle them when they're in the background. So this, let's see, H is actually up here. H and H prime is like up here. Not here. J is this curved surface in the background. I circle them when just to remind myself it's in the background. It's not out here where the plane A is. It's in the background. So if you can label every plane in every view, you know that you have found every line. B and C, D, E, E prime, circle it in the background. Okay? And there. So make sure you label every view, front, top, right side. Make sure you put in the reference line and the miter line. Label them so that I know that you know where they are and what they do, where they go. If you don't label it, I don't know that you know. Okay? That's it for that one. Okay, once you have finished your homework, say you just finished this homework set, you want to either scan each page in with a scanner, or you can use your cell phone, your camera, lay it flat, get a nice clear picture, make sure it's focused, okay? Take a picture of it upright. So if you want to tip your camera sideways, that's okay. But make sure when you send me the picture, it's upright. If that'd help. So you take the pictures. You need to convert. They'll probably be in a JPEG format. Convert them to PDFs. There are free conversion routines or apps online, or you might have one. Compile all your sheets. You might have like 4 sheets, 4 pages of like 8 problems, 2 per sheet. Compile all your sheets into one homework assignment, into one PDF file. Email me that PDF file. Make sure you label anything you send me. Put your name first, your section number on the file name, and then week 2, assignment 1. Okay, put it all in the file name. I don't want 45 files all saying week 1 homework. Week 1 homework doesn't help me. Okay, so name first, section number, homework assignment. Okay, email that to me at keddy.kettering or at keddy@kettering.edu. I will mark it up on Fox Edit, and I will email it back to you. Homework should be done in 7 days, 10 at the latest. There is no due date. I will accept homework for credit right up until our first test on week 9, week 5 for the first test. But you want to get it in, give me a chance to grade it, and get it back to you so you can see what you did right or did wrong. Okay, so don't dawdle. Don't leave it till the last minute. If you wait until just before the test, I won't have time to get it back to you with the grade. So you want to know what you did right and did wrong. Otherwise, you don't know if you're doing it right or not. We'll have quizzes on the homework problems from week 2 coming up. Probably the end of week 3 and during week 4. Somewhere in there we'll have 4 quizzes, basically one of each homework problem type. So that's how it goes for each homework. If you have questions, Wednesday we'll have another Blackboard session. So that's the best time to get a hold of me, ask questions, and it's also a good time to be there when other people are asking questions. Okay? So good luck with that, and we'll see you on Wednesday or whenever you're at the next Blackboard session.